We are so back, baby.
Oh, man.
We are so back.
Oh,
What
man.
is, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Presented by Miller Lite. What time is it, boys?
I believe, checking my watch, it's Miller time.
I'm going to have a couple Miller Lights if you guys will join me. I might get a bucket for the fellas tonight, man.
Bucky? A
As
Bucky
we watch
night?
this game.
It's a Friday night.
It might be that time. We're also in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. The off-season is over, boys. We made it. We made it.
The in-season off-season.
Oh, is that what happened?
We're in the in-season off-season.
Man, it felt like a full off-season since the last time the Denver Nuggets played. Who do they got tonight? The Clippers.
Oh,
old
man.
pals.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. For the third time this year, Nuggets taking on the Clippers. We're going to talk about BJ Malaise. We all hate BJ Malaise.
Oh, hate it.
And I think I know the root cause of BJ Malaise. We're going to break that down. It's BJ Malaise. We're also going to talk about this Clippers matchup, whether it's good or bad. And this man over here is going to make us all rich beyond our wildest dreams. But first, let me introduce the panel. I got D-Line Co. here.
That's right, guys. I'm dressed like Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that turned into a blueberry and was sucked away for transgressions.
She was just a little. What was her problem?
She didn't ask permission.
She was spoiled, right?
Spoiled.
Yeah, I was spoiled.
They're all
That's
spoiled.
actually-
They're all
no.
spoiled in different ways.
Yeah,
she chewed
that's
the
true.
gum without permission, and then she turned into a blueberry, and that's me.
That is you. Over here, Superstar Dev.
You know what I truly love? I truly love a Friday night at the bar.
Okay.
But when we have homies that come into the bar and they're excited to
We
see
got
us,
homies,
I'm
man.
excited to see the homies.
Heck yeah, man. A full family here watching, donning their Nuggets gear. Look at us, guys. Three-man weave. It's like the three magi on the eve of Yokmas.
Oh, I forgot I brought you some myrrh.
I knew you would be the myrrh guy. I'm the gold guy. You're probably the frankincense guy.
What is myrrh?
I think it's a metal.
We're unclear what myrrh is, but it was a terrible gift. Baby Jesus was too kind to say anything, but he was.
Well, just keep the receipt.
Keep the receipt. Where did you get it? I love it. Yeah.
This is a gift receipt.
The Nuggets are at home. They got this game added to their schedule, and I'm actually thankful. The more I've stewed on this, we've seen them play to the Clippers twice. They've lost to them twice.
Man.
There's a part of you that goes, I don't want to see the Clippers again. But then I was thinking, actually, Michael Malone got me thinking. He says, if you look at the teams ahead of us in the standings, we beat Golden State. We beat Dallas. We beat Oklahoma City. Who have we not beat that's ahead of us? The LA Clippers. They're 2-0 against the Nuggets. So tonight is a chance. If you're not going to finish number one, you want to beat the teams ahead of you, at least send a message. Tonight is a chance to send that message.
Man, you really do truly have to get a bad taste out of your mouth. They're not only losing to the Clippers, it's the way that they're losing to the Clippers. It just seems like this team has their number, knows how to play them, and just kind of makes them play a certain way. So you really do have to bounce back and showcase, like, hey, we're the better team, and we have to prove it to you. You only can do that by winning.
But, Dev, you're talking about the old Nuggets. You're talking about the Nuggets of the first 23 games.
I forgot
or whatever.
about that.
You're not talking about the new Nuggets, which my guy D-Line over here is feeling like tonight might be a debut of sorts of a new Nuggets.
Well, listen, it's rare in an NBA season to get this much time for introspection
So much introspection.
early on. Again, we are in BJ
Yeah.
before Yokmas.
Yeah.
Typically speaking, that's just like you're still really trying to find out who you are, and you don't really have a lot of opportunity to sit. The unexamined team is not one worth playing, I've always said. So when you have an opportunity to sit and be like, why? Like, what are our problems here? Like, what are we doing?
Is it Wall Street where he screams, "Who am I?" Maybe it is. Maybe I don't remember.
It's a pretty nondescript line.
That was a pretty nondescript line. It was a pivotal moment in the movie, if I recall correctly. This is a chance, though. They play them a total of 4 times. Usually it's 3 times non-division, but because of the in-season tournament, they got paired for a 4th game. And Michael Malone, pregame, said it's kind of nice because you never want to go into the playoffs with a team that beat you more than you beat them. So the fact that they got this game, Michael Malone viewed it as a bit of a blessing. Like, all right, we get a chance now, 2 more times of playing him, win both of them, and you go in 2-2. Won the last 2. And I actually agree with him. I love that perspective on it. I think it's great. The emphasis tonight is 2 things. First quarter, they've been talking about it all week. When they win the first quarter, they win the game. It's only happened 7 times. But they got to get off to good starts tonight. The whole team, he says, is motivated and focused on getting off to a hot start. And then the second thing, you got to find a way to guard James Harden and normal Powell.
Dude,
Norman Powell, turn him into normal Powell.
Yes. Norman Powell has been more like the character Norman in the movie Psycho. He's been killing us.
There we go.
Normal Powell is the one that we experienced every game up until this year, where he's just an absolute cold-blooded killer. I cannot believe how much Norman Powell has killed us this year.
Fourth quarter of the first game, 22 points. You remember that? Nuggets were up with 6 minutes to go. They were up 7 or 8 points. And they ended up losing because Norman Powell didn't miss. Do you have a movie reference you want to drop here? Because we're just doing movie references today, apparently.
I mean, The Ring.
Yeah,
The Ring?
it's a good one. Hey, that's a good one.
Man, we be watching,
that is a good one.
and then it goes all crazy, and then there's a killer that comes out.
Oh, yeah,
we all scream and run, and
Yeah.
then it just takes over our mind, and that's what Normal Powell is right now.
Yeah.
It's the scariest movie I've seen. It's the last scary movie that I've seen. So
It
just
was
makes
scary,
sense.
huh?
It was scary to me. It was scary to me, and I've never even seen the face. I just turn my head when I see things like that. That's
Yeah,
something
you
that you
covered
guys
your
need to know.
eyes?
I don't watch scary movies.
Really?
I just don't do it. I can't do it.
Really?
Mentally, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't understand.
What does too much to
what's
you, I think.
in people to want to be scared.
Yeah.
All right now. That doesn't get me going.
I'm with
in the
you.
same
I'm
ways.
with you too.
What? This is so... Yeah, here, you're on my side, right? This is weak, right?
No, screw scary movies,
Yeah, people don't like
I'm
that.
trying to enjoy my life.
My
I don't
thing
want
is-
a heart attack midway.
Who wants that? Who wants to,
The Ring, too.
who
It's
goes
come
to
on.
get scared?
My thing is that they're too spooky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're so spooky. What's the female lead in that movie?
In the Ring?
Yeah, the
I
Ring.
don't
Do you
know.
remember? It's very attractive. I can't remember her name, though. Just wanted to throw that out there. Very attractive. Just throwing that one in there. The Clippers come into this game 14-11, just slightly ahead of the Denver Nuggets in record-wise. 23rd in offense. For all of the Harden and Norman Powell murdering the Denver Nuggets, they're actually not that good on offense. What they are good at, defense, they're 6th in defensive rating, and they're 10th in forcing turnovers. Tonight, I think turnovers are going to play a huge part of it. They turn the ball over a lot. They're 28th, so 3rd most in the NBA. But they also force a lot of turnovers. So tonight, I feel like turnovers are going to take center stage.
Yeah, you got to counter that, though. The Clippers are not built for that, and I don't understand. That's what is so shocking. But even more on this matchup is, how do you defend James Harden? The way that they did last game, I pray they don't play him the same way, because you really played into his strengths and how the Clippers wanted you to defend him. And also, the way that they defend him is the reason that Normal Powell gets to go so wild and become Norman.
Yep.
Because of how they're playing James Harden. So really, just play them straight up just how you would any other player, and then let the chips fall how they are supposed to. But the Nuggets have the defenders for a Norman Powell. They have the defenders for guarding a James Harden at this part of his career. Just play it straight up.
You know the thing, though, because I agree with you. Tonight is a real chance for Peyton Watson to get off of the doghouse, not out of it, because as you referenced, he's on top of it. He's not in the doghouse, but he's very close. This is a chance, man. They need him tonight to make an impact on Norman Powell and on James Harden. So to me, he's one of my big keys of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're in a weird place where we're really hoping a lot of the young players, and they're kind of under the microscope now more so than they have been, because the top level players are faltering a little bit for the Denver Nuggets, and it's showing that the depth is not where we want it to be. It's not enough to, make up for any slippage in play from the top line, or the top
top line. Yeah, it's a big night for the top line.
I watched one hockey game last night.
But if they can control the power play, I feel like they have a chance tonight.
Yeah. But point being, I think that there's kind of a magnifying glass on all of quote unquote Project Dynasty to really step up and show that they are ready for this mantle. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. Peyton Watson, absolutely.
Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, those guys, I want to see the defense tonight from Denver. It's such a good spot. And both teams, by the way, are coming in with rest. It's not like the Nuggets are the only rested team tonight. The Clippers also have been resting. So tonight should be an equal playing field type of game. They're also, by the way, first in opponent offensive rebound percentage. They clean the glass. And Denver is a team that, when they're at their best, they're grabbing second chance points. Zubac's, he's a mini Yoke. You know, he cleans up. He doesn't give you second chances. So I don't think the Nuggets can count on that tonight.
Yeah, but Yoke got to work a little bit harder than Zubac on that. He's such a better rebounder than him. And also take that matchup personal. Yoke truly does in these other sense of, first off, he kills everybody, but especially like, you know, the players, you know, from other countries as well. So like that has to be something because those guys play him harder. Yeah. They try to, you know, go after him in those same type of ways. So I think that he should amp it just a bit more. But also, like, that was the old Yoke. Right now, we're going to see the new one. This is as close to Yokemas as it's getting. So I expect a monster game on the boards.
What if Jokic goes into Yokemas and gets better?
I keep wondering this, man. I'm like, what if this is his pre-Yokemas level and he has another level?
I literally cannot imagine what that would look like.
100 points a game.
I've been begging for this for years. Do it. Jokic, do it.
Just do it, man. Speaking of Yokemas, not everybody knows. That's the preview of the matchups here tonight. Jamal Murray is back. I guess I didn't say that at the top. Jamal Murray is back and available. That's the real big story. And, you know, he hadn't missed that much games, but it was a lot of time. And now he comes back, and tonight feels like a big night for him personally. I feel like tonight you want to calm the fan base down. You want to kind of reset your season. If you're Jamal Murray, use tonight to reset your season.
Yeah, because I don't think that all of Jamal Murray's issues have been physical. I think that there are just some dynamics that he's trying to figure out on the court. There's just a lot of things that I think are benefited by, you know, some time apart and time down. And I think truly coming back, you know, there's an opportunity, and it does feel like sort of a new birth in a sense, which is hilarious because we just had a week off. But there is like you really just never get this opportunity to take your breath like this during an NBA season, except for All-Star break.
I feel like this will be a line of demarcation for a lot of NBA teams, and I hope for Denver it's one in the positive direction. A lot of teams got a big rest here, regroup, and I hope Denver come tonight starts. Plant your flag. This is the start of a new era for the Denver Nuggets, a new chapter, if you will.
What chapter are we on now?
It's chapter 40, somehow. Guys, for those of you who don't know, the Nuggets have a chronic issue. It's called BJ Malaise.
Oh, boy. Don't we all?
Don't we all have a little BJ Malaise?
I truly have BJ Malaise issues, personally.
And I was thinking, if you don't know, Yokemas is the day we celebrate Nikola Jokic becoming the starter, December 15th, back in 2016. And we always talk about how randomly that date seems to be when Yoke turns it up every year. It's almost like Yoke gets off to these starts, and then December 15th every year rolls around and Yoke just becomes Terminator. He takes his game up another level. But I was sitting here thinking about it. Jamal Murray always gets off to slow starts, October, November. Yoke may be more of a constant than we think. This year he has Russell Westbrook, and so he's been the recipient. There's no slow start for him. Maybe it's not about him. It made me think, is BJ Malaise really more of a JM Malaise? That Jamal Murray, Yoke can only do it. Maybe he looks at his partner in November and is like, this guy doesn't have it. I'm just going to do my thing, you know, at his tempo. But then as Murray gets it going, BJ Malaise goes away.
Have we ever looked into this? Maybe that's a real thing. I know that Jamal always starts the year off pretty rough.
Yeah.
Maybe his numbers also, like maybe he's waiting for Yokemas as well, where now it's the JM Malaise.
Dude,
we never looked at that stat, huh? I'm sure. It's probably crazy. He's probably going to go nuts tonight.
Imagine tuning into this show for the first time ever during this segment, and we're using NBA podcast jargon. Yeah, dude. No, it's I'm ready for Murray Yokemas. I'm ready for there to be an opportunity for everybody to Dude, there's no way Jokic is going to get better. He is operating at a level that has frankly never been seen in the NBA. I can't imagine he's going to turn it up more. If he does, I don't feel like my heathen eyes would be able to even perceive it. It would be too much for me to be able to watch. But Murray coming back and him just feeling the The lift of the Malaise.
Dude, John Coberman nailed it. I don't know how we didn't think of this.
What?
Is it Malaise they have?
Malaise.
They have a little BJ
Whoa.
Malaise?
Malaise.
It
Holy
might be.
smokes,
It was
dude.
there all along. It was in this. I feel like I'm on National Treasure.
National Treasure.
That's a good one. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. And I'm like,
Oh.
the clue was there all along. Right under our nose.
Yeah.
It's not a horror movie.
I feel like Nick Cage. But honestly, man, it could be. I mean, who knows? But it could be. It also could not be a thing, and we just kind of like envision this because of our own personal.
Hold on, but
vibes.
really, if we're gonna sit and think about the like Jokic, if you took it to a higher level, what would a higher level look like?
That's
Like
what I'm trying to say.
6 straight triple doubles,
Dude,
or like you would
maybe.
have to. It would have to. First off, he has to get a triple double to start out Jokic.
Yeah.
But also, like, there has to be a little bit more. We have to add more to it. What would be a Jokic like stepping up type of
Dude, it would be a
performance?
50-point triple-double.
Tonight, though.
Yes.
I mean,
we're still BJ, bro. Yokman isn't until the 15th. This is like, I mean, are we a family that opens up our presents 2 days before Yokman?
No.
Well,
you can't do
some
it.
people do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
My rule,
Trifling.
my mom used to make. We got one present.
The night before.
Mm,
2 days before? How
much
unruly
before
were
did you do this?
Dude, how unruly were you as a child?
Look, we were bargaining. You get to negotiate. Somehow Santa came a week before.
Okay, he made it a
Dropped
really
off all
stop.
this stuff and like, hey, we get one present at some point. It just worked out. So I don't know. Maybe we get an early present.
Maybe we do. By the way, Yoke 28, 14, and 11 in the first game, 41, 9, and 4 in the second. Or actually, flip that. I did those in reverse orders. He's had very good games. I just think tonight it's Jamal Murray. It's technically not Jokic yet, so this is still pre-Jokic. But I wouldn't mind Murray kind of getting things started tonight, and I feel like that could be part of it. And then just the Clippers matchup. I mean, we know that in the Jokic era, Harden's Rockets always got the better of Denver. Now he's the main guy. I'm so curious when Kawhi comes back. If Kawhi comes back, is it Kawhi's team when he comes back, or is Harden like successfully been like, you've been gone so long, it's kind of my
Harden's
team now? Is it?
Kawhi has never led a single thing in his entire life. That man doesn't speak.
He has 2 titles. Well, leadership, you're right. I'm just saying, like, whose team is it, though? Like, do they... Because right now, Harden is the yoke. Every play goes through him. He does what he wants. When he comes back, is it like, all right, this is a Kawhi possession. He gets 50% of them.
Well, Kawhi's not like a give me the ball type of player. Like
Kind of.
it finds his way, but also James Harden is okay with passing the ball. You know what I mean? So like, while the center of attention is still going to put the ball in James Harden's hand, but also we have another guy to score. Right now, he's giving the ball up to Norman Powell.
Yeah.
To score a lot
He's
of
playing
points.
like Kawhi Leonard, though.
I'm just saying, if he's okay giving it up to Norman Powell, then
That's
like
true.
he's going to take a back seat to Kawhi in those times, but also he gets to score in different ways. So this is Kawhi's team right now, I would say. I mean, he gets paid like it's his team.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think he's been out too much.
He's been out.
He has been out a long time. Although you can't imagine, like, Yoke missed a year and a half and he comes back and we're like, no, man. It's Aaron
but-
Gordon's team now.
Yeah, but like Kawhi has never done anything to really put his stamp on that team. He just has simply played on it.
Yeah, it's kind of true, actually. Do you think it's a bad matchup?
I mean, it's proven to be one, but I
They've
feel like
lost narrowly twice.
I don't think there's no reason it should be a bad matchup. I mean, when you look at it, it just simply does not make sense that they lost those 2 games. The first one I felt like was an unreasonably hot Norman Powell because they were up and then, yes, they came back. And the second one was just like terrible effort. And so that's been the story of this early season. It's just like either bad effort, missing players. It's been just like a laundry list of things you can point to. And I don't think it's inherently a bad matchup, but I just hope that the Nuggets they just return.
Yeah.
I think because it's so awkward and like there's no answers of why they're beating them each time, I think that's what makes it a bad matchup. Denver adjusts to the Clippers. Denver doesn't adjust to other teams, but for some reason it puts them in a position where they're allowing things that no one else is allowing. So like they overthink this matchup, which means it is a awkward matchup. And I think it's because James Harden and the way that he plays with like the foul grifting, the way that Norman Powell just like does not miss against them, and then how their defense is oriented. I think that's what it is. Also, the bench unit they have there. I couldn't even tell you who comes off their bench, but they always show up every single time against Denver, but they're so defensive oriented against the Nuggets that it's making them guess a lot. So Denver doesn't play up to their standards against the Clippers, which means there's something there. Like there's something. Every time Denver is favored and loses the matchup or is very, very close, it's not like a Nuggets blowout. And you would look at it and say on paper, that should be a game that they just win.
The last time that they got just absolutely destroyed from three.
Yeah.
Common story this season for the Denver Nuggets. But then they also got baited into like 5 or 6 3-point fouls,
man.
So it was just like sloppy, like a lot of like behind, running and catching up, like not playing under control. I agree with you though. Like in principle, it shows where the faults are in the Nuggets defense. But to me, it's like nothing. It's not a thing that they can't
step
overcome.
Step up and take that challenge. To your point, they did get outscored by 36 points combined from the 3-point line and the foul line in the last game. They lost by 4. So it really is a matter of cutting that margin. And if you remember the last game, Denver wasn't getting any stops on Harden, so they started trapping in the second half. And then they weren't getting any stops on the swings around. They were getting wide open threes. So tonight and in the last game, Terrence Mann made his threes. He had himself a nice game. Amir Coffey made his threes. You were asking who off the bench. Batum's there. Bomba's there. Those were the guys. Then Jordan Miller. You remember Jordan Miller even played and killed Denver for a hot second there.
That is awkward. I just looked at Clippers like last game. I don't think Harden played. And it was, like a week ago. Bones played.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he scored like 20-something, like 22 or something. Like,
dude,
is he now going to start playing
I'm
too?
telling you, Bones Highland is going to turn into like a late stage Lou Williams in this league. At some point, people are going to be like, all right, just go out there and score. Just go on a bad squad. Like, just go jack it up. He's like,
I'm rooting for that, man.
Me too.
He's clearly like not working in the places. Go let him play with the Wizards or something.
Let the man shoot,
get
man.
a chance.
Free Bones.
Man. Let shooters play. But yeah,
but not tonight.
The 3-point shot is really how they defend the 3-point line, and they allow them to shoot the 3 ball. Which, of course, like if a team is going to knock down 4 threes in a game, you're allowing that at this point.
Right.
Like, run them off the 3-point line and see if they could beat you inside.
I think Michael Malone this game is not going to do the trap thing. I think he's going to challenge his team, sit down and guard. And the thing about Harden, and really all the NBA, but Harden's great at this, you don't just get to put Christian on him or Aaron Gordon or Peyton Watson. He'll find the guy, the weak link, he'll get the switch, and then they attack. So tonight, Michael Porter, Jamal Murray, they're going to be on that island a lot. Those guys have to defend, and I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10 in place of a bet of $5. You get $200 in bonus bets and a code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus, courtesy of Bet365. Must be 21 or older, located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, you don't miss when the Nuggets are healthy, man. You don't miss. They are healthy tonight.
Yeah, you're the Norman Powell of betting on the Nuggets.
And this is a DJ Malaise.
Oh,
all those wins earlier, I could probably up it.
Ooh.
So maybe I'm gonna up it.
Oh man,
it starts right now. Nuggets come into this game as 7-point favorites.
Do they not realize they're 0-2 against this team?
This started at like 5 earlier today. So like maybe somebody with Terrence Mann is out. There's somebody that had to get ruled out. Also, maybe now that Jamal is in and Aaron Gordon, so then maybe that played into it. I'm not going to touch that 7. I just am not going to touch
7's kind of a lot.
7 is kind of a lot against a team that really has been playing them extremely well. So I'm not going to touch that one. I'm going to go over 227. I do think that this is a high score night because they shoot the 3 ball well. Also, I think we say that they play good defense against them, but the Nuggets figure out ways to score on them. It's just not being able to stop them on the other side. If neither team can stop each other, it's an over type of game. I'm going to go over 227.
I'll take that.
I'm going over 227. I'm going to stick on the over prop. I like over 116.5 for the Nuggets. I do think that they're going to score and try to get out and run. Looking at it, Chris Dunn is going to be on Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, on Christian Braun. Try to score on those guys. Try to go at those guys. I'm going to go over. On the Clippers side, I just keep having flashbacks of what they allowed James Harden to do last game.
Think he's going to do it again?
I just feel like mentally, when you know you have a team's number, like if you're James
easier,
Harden,
yeah.
you're like, yeah, I'm really going to keep going at them. They have nobody that can guard me. And they also are going to continue to try to get those mismatches. James Harden knows when he can score. This is a matchup that he really excels in and likes. I'm going to go over 31.5 points plus assists for James Harden. I'm also going to go over 13.5 rebounds for Zubac. I would do like a points plus rebounds if you could. And just like,
Why?
he rebounds really well against
Okay.
the Nuggets, and he
Okay.
scores in the paint with that floater over the shoulder. So I would do points plus rebounds, but I like the over 13.5 points. For the Nuggets,
There you go.
Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 3-pointers.
You know what's my favorite bet, Dev, when you do this?
Listen, this one has not been hitting.
No.
But you know what the Nuggets got to do this past week?
Shoot.
Not only rest, they got to shoot, they got to watch a ton of film. They're going to say, why aren't you shooting that ball? Like, you get time to actually think about what's, not working or times that you need to shoot. I know that they're on Michael Porter Jr. about shooting the ball a lot more. He needs to shoot the 3-ball. I think he's going to shoot the 3-ball in this one over 2.5 3-pointers. Let's also go with a bet that we enjoy rooting for. Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 assists for plus money.
It's so wild that you've locked it.
Dude, he accidentally walks into this now. Because like if you're moving, if you're rotating, if you have to take a shot, Nuggets guys should be able to make it. Michael Porter Jr. gets put in spots where he's like up and unders, but then if he makes a pass, it could be a finish. But also they run plays for him to throw it over the top and things. This one has been hitting. So like I really do like this over 2.5.
Is there anything about Murray being back? Maybe his absence is part of what's got him passing so well?
No,
He's touching the ball
I think
more?
it's even more now. You have another
All right.
guy that can score. Jamal has to start scoring the basketball.
got to.
So, like, if you give it to Michael Porter Jr., first off, he doesn't want to pass. But if he gets stuck, he has to pass. You got to be ready to shoot it. It usually comes later in the shot clock. Rest is what the Nuggets needed. Time off is what Jamal needed. I'm going with the over 17.5 points for him.
Really?
It's been a while
Man,
for
this
him.
feels like a vibes bet. Doesn't
Bro.
it?
This is certainly a vibes
Murray
bet.
Oakman.
But also think about getting a week off in the middle of the season
love
and
it.
like
I love
you
it.
happen to be in a better mental
love it.
space. I want him to be in a better
Adam,
mental
sometimes
space.
you can buy vibes.
Yep. Also,
hey, I'm in. I made the
But
bet.
you're like, you're so incredulous. I'm
I'm trying to clarify.
You're questioning Dev of all people. That's the worst part.
I'm just making sure he heard the vision right.
in our Slack messages, we've been sending videos of like practices and things like that. I've been adamant. Jamal looks to be in better shape.
He absolutely
just physically
does.
looks better.
He,
to me.
he is most assuredly less puffy.
I think everyone else was like, I need to time off. I think he needed like, okay, I need to get in better shape, and that's what he's going to use this for.
Hope you're right.
Murray's assists are at 5.5. He's been getting 6 every time, like every game. Give me the over here, over 5.5.
I love this bet. This one to me like really tracks.
I'll take over 5.5 rebounds for Gordon. They don't need him.
Yeah,
they don't need him to score too much. He's also needs
hasn't
to be
been
a little
scoring.
bit more involved. He's been limited on how much he's out there. Hopefully with time off, hopefully feeling a little bit healthier, a week.
Push it a little. They got
Push
3
it.
days off after this.
Push it. Like, it just makes sense. I expect his minutes to go up a bit. Our defensive bet is going to be Braun over 1.5 stocks. We just need this. And also, they've
Man, this is
been
a tough
putting
one to
him in
get
a
it.
lot of ISO situations. They also try to bait him into a lot of fouls. This is where he could get blocks because James Harden does a lot of those pump fakes and like trying to get him to foul him. Get a block there. Get a block or two. Get a steal.
Okay.
Give me the Jokic triple-double.
I love it. I was hoping you would go here.
Give me the triple-double.
I would love to see it.
I think it for sure happens.
Real? For
Not-
sure.
not
It's not
just
a lock.
It should be a lock.
It should be.
be a lock. But I have one that's a little bit better than that, and that's where we're going to go. Our lock is over 21.5 rebounds plus assists.
Oh, I like that you went
I
there.
like the
that you went
insurance
there.
on this one because he could have like an 18 rebound game, or he could have like an 18 assist game. You just never
You're
know.
so right.
So like you have that insurance barrier. I think he's going to get both of those. But why not just go with him getting extended numbers on one? The triple double is 10-10-10. Like okay, but what about when he gets 20 rebounds?
Yup.
You already are there. So I like this as the lock.
I like. You know what? When I hear lock, I make my double bet there. I will say I like the triple bet, double bet tonight. He has not had one since December 5th, which was only 3 games ago, even though it was a long time ago.
I was gonna say, dude, like he hasn't had a basket in 4
Dude, he hasn't
weeks.
scored in 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, Jokic has been on a horrible slump for the last 5 days. All right, I've concocted my own
Same game parlay.
game parlay. I like to call this the Nikola Jokic parlay. I'll see if you can figure out why. 4 legs. First leg.
It's a horsey
Nikola
bet?
Jokic, 2 threes made.
Okay. All right. I'm curious.
What are you, Michael Porter Jr.?
I'm very curious. In his previous games against the Clippers, he had 2 threes and 7 threes.
Yes. I'm going to take Nikola Jokic, 30-plus points.
I mean,
this man is on a historic, just absolute run. I don't think having time off is going to make him less
he forgot
effective.
about basketball?
Yes, I don't think that it's going to make him score less. I'm going to take Jokic 7-plus rebounds and Jokic 7-plus assists just to give myself a little
juice.
Right? All of those seem really easy, right?
Easy.
And that'll give you plus 175. Well, hold on. And
I know,
you
it's just funny. Yoke's numbers. It's like, how do you get the number?
And then you get a 30% profit boost with that. So, you know, you get a little profit boost.
I like it. Well, there you go. By the way, Yoke needs 7 assists tonight to maintain his triple-double. He's got 3 to spare, so I wouldn't mind him padding that up tonight.
Also,
how about if he gets a triple-double?
Then he would definitely go over.
I never thought about
Also,
it like that.
quick apology. I was spreading misinformation earlier. It was not Veruca Salt. It was Violet Beauregard.
Veruca Salt.
Veruca Salt was the one that wanted the golden eggs. And also myrrh, not a metal, a petrified tree sap.
That's what they brought?
Yes, dude. The old world.
Like 6-year-old Adam would have been like, awesome! Petrified tree sap. Baby Jesus loved it, though, I'm told. Everybody, that's our pregame show. We're going to go watch the Denver Nuggets. Man, I can't wait. It has been so long. Do we have any super chats?
Can't wait.
We have 1 came in, 2.
Jocelyn Alirez. Sorry. Jamal's back. Means Nuggets are back. Thanks for many great shows, DNVR.
Man, we love
Thank
when people.
you, Jocelyn.
I gotta assume she
We
meant like.
appreciate you.
I think that means this one wasn't good, but thanks for
The previous
Yeah,
ones
yeah,
were
yeah.
Thanks
good.
for your prior work
At
to
some
tonight.
point, you had a good one.
Yeah, that's right.
Not tonight.
Big Honey says Norman Powell got the goblin juice and became Green Goblin.
Sometimes I don't understand the references.
You don't understand Green Goblin?
It's from Spider-Man, right? Yeah. See, I
Spider-Man?
almost had it. Yeah, but
Spider-Man?
I don't know about the serum or whatever.
Hero at Law?
Anyway, we still appreciate the super chat, even if my pop culture oblivious ass didn't understand it.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well, all the same. We're back, baby. Nuggets are back.
Let's go watch the Denver Nuggets. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.